Yes, today we are going to have an interesting case study which was downloaded from Harvard Business Publications. The case study talks about the OpenAI, how the OpenAI is addressing the deepfake technology dilemma. When I say dilemma, it has two sides. One is like concern, other side is it has a problem, like critics. So we want to make an analysis on how this deepfake technology is helping the public, or it creates any kind of nuances, or it creates any kind of manipulation, and it creates disruption in the form of distraction. So this perspective, I want you to take a role play on this. Before you addressing the points, you have to tell what role play you have taken. Okay, I suggest certain role plays. One person has to take a policy maker who has to set the standards and safety for this particular use of OpenAI with the deepfake technology. One person can take on a specific like education industry or healthcare, how it can be benefited by using it as positive side. And other persons can take on list out all the various way of using this or implementing this deepfake technology. In this way, you can plan out and you can start addressing things. Okay. So I think Vijay Dulka, what is your role play? You can start saying.
So if the DALL-E has many applications in it. So specifically, it is made to create images, generate images from the given text. So for example, if I was a content creator, if I want to create thumbnails for the YouTube videos, it will make very easier to generate the thumbnails from the given text even. If I was a YouTuber, I want to give a separate person for give salary to them to create the thumbnails and edit pictures and all. If by using the DALL-E, I can easily generate the thumbnails, and also if I think some visuals I want to create as an image, I can just even tell it as a text and it will generate quickly for me. It makes more easier to work and it lesser the time taken.
Very good. Thank you for your points. You have mentioned that how the YouTubers can be beneficial from this OpenAI deepfake technology. So now any specific industry, how they can be beneficial of this deepfake technology? Can anyone say that from your team?
So I'm going to talk about how DALL-E is working in healthcare. In a healthcare, for the students and the doctors can use the DALL-E to generate the image. For example, instead of reading the medical concept, so using to generate the image instead of using the test concept, and uses for the patients. Patients can easily know their problems by using the generated image by the doctors. And in the research centers, researchers can use the DALL-E to generate the image for the new idea to reduce the save time and the cost.
So as you told that health industry, they are using it to the core. But there is also a risk in healthcare industry. For example, X-ray images, if it is used with the synthetic data, it may be a mistaken one. So this will be really affecting the patient's data. Also, it will make confuse the doctors to have a research on the reports. So in other perspective, what are the critics? Maybe Harini can say some negative side of this deepfake technology, or from your perspective, what you prepared, you can tell you.
So actually, DALL-E is helpful for creating for more creativity images. So by using this in a business, so company wants to create a product advertisement. So the market managers wants to this types of ad are needed. For example, the content creator will write a prompt and gives a designer to a DALL-E, and it gives an AI generator. So by using this, we can create more images, and they all review and select one images. But the risk is everybody are focusing on their AI generated. They're not that nobody is thinking by ourselves. So by using this DALL-E, it is helpful. But moreover, the knowledge has been very dull for limited for every human. So it gives a negative risk in this.
So you are speaking in the perspective of. Thank you, Harini. You spoken in the perspective of content writer. So as you told, the content, based on the content, it gives more creative outputs, but it is very limited with the creativity touch of human being. So the human creativity is completely down in this process of deepfake technology. Alright, now I want a person who have a mature understanding on the standards and policies, how it can be regulated. Because in 2022, IDA has been announced. IDA means Artificial Intelligence Development Act. They have announced a clear agenda of India. We have to limit certain things. We cannot make it too much of exploitation, too much of leveraging of using this technology should not spoil the human being mentality, cognitive structure in it. So how it can be solve it. So we want to analyze the risk of using this deepfake technology at certain level. So I want Agalya can take the overview of the policymaker and can give the points.
As a policy maker, the main motto of this AI, any AI, generative AI model is to create an image. So DALL-E is also used for creating an image. As we give the text description for any as a prompt, it gives an image as an output. So there are certain risks which is also concerned in this by developing the images. One of the main risks is creating the deepfake images, because deepfake images may fool people and make them understand, make them think it is a real image. So majorly concerned four risks are unacceptable risk, limited risk, high risk and low risk. So unacceptable risk means which cannot be detected and which cannot be easily identified also. But for example, let's consider an easy example. For example, in an election, we may spread some wrong information about any political parties and opponent parties. This may be the unacceptable risk. And then high risk. High risk is one of the example of high risk is job interviews. So when the recruiter is helping to hire a person, if he uses an AI model, he will be definitely getting some errors in hiring them, because the salary may be different and the roles may be sometimes the role may be inefficient also. And then limited risks. Limited risks are used, for example, when we consider an video. For example, if we go and search SNS institution page on YouTube, there will be a watermark of SNS logo in it. So it will be easily used for identifying the from where the data have been really generated. It will be easy for classifying. And low risks. Lastly, the low risk. Low risk is used to find whether the data is real or not. Also, it will be majorly used by all social media users, all people, spam mails. It will be useful for filtering the spam mails also. We nowadays use it in creating memes also. So these are the risks in DALL-E.
Good, Agalya, you have given clear, insightful information about the various risks when we are handling the deepfake technology with the support of our community. Now, in the conclusion, let me tell you that every government, and you see that American government or European government or our Indian government, they have their own specific standards to regulate this kind of risk and solutions to this deepfake technology. However, as a human being, we should follow some ethical guidelines. We should have our own common sense to limit the usage of deepfake technology and to make the betterment of the business also by leveraging the best things out of it, not the worst things from us. Okay? Thank you very much. Thanks for joining this video. Let us meet with another video. Thank you.
Thank you.